Hey Amani family, this is Brian Chaffin here, one of the resident directors here at Amani Baby Cottage, Jinja, Uganda. Got some real exciting news to kind of share with you today. In the background, you probably see our trusty Toyota Super Custom that we've had for several years now. So I get to tell you a little bit about, honestly, one of the most forgotten aspects and pieces of what makes Amani Baby Cottage function. Okay, so if we didn't have a van or some sort of transport, we would kind of be stationary, we would be stuck. But because of vehicles often bought and donated by generous people like you, where we have the opportunity to be mobile and take our kids places, preschool, doctor's appointments, we get to pick up volunteers from the airport, all kinds of things that a nice, functional, safe vehicle allows us to do. So really I'm here today to share with you kind of a major need right now in life of Amani Baby Cottage. It just so happened that actually about a year ago today, probably about 14 months ago, one of our social workers and our driver actually got in a pretty terrible accident in the van you're looking at right now. So they were on their way back to take one of our children to be reunited with their family. And you know, God has provision over everything, but on the way back, they were actually in a pretty terrible accident that flipped the van 3 to 4 times. And so what you see kind of behind me is sort of the remnants of and what's been sort of reconstructed as far as metalwork and all these things. So really I want to share with you today is not only a little bit about the history of the van, but also kind of share with you what we're hoping for and praying for in terms of getting donations to receive a new vehicle, things like that. So if you don't mind, let's go and I'll take you to the van. This entire part was essentially caved in. This is the part that really took the brunt of the roll. And so there was a tarp over it and the whole bit. So this was, as far as mechanical and structural damage go, like this was really bad. And so kind of the aftermath of a lot of that is that some of those structural, hinge and mechanical issues haven't been resolved fully by mechanics here in Uganda. Really it comes down to safety though. And so as we all know, a car is generally never the same structurally after a major accident. And so even though we've tried to remedy some of those things and repair some of those things, the van itself its integrity is not the same as it was. One of the major things that you don't really think about, but when you have essentially a caved in roof of a vehicle, the upholstery, the inside is completely exposed to the elements. And so of course it's nice and humid and rainy here, and so dusty as well. So if you want to take kind of a look at the seats, we basically they were exposed to the elements for several weeks. And so what that means is nice and dusty, nice and damp, and that has yet to be able to be refurbished. We kind of had to come to a point where we said, do we either kind of redo everything on this van that would be necessary to make it drivable, safe, and sort of a nice vehicle for Amani, or do we spring for a new vehicle that we don't have to necessarily worry about the structural integrity and all these other things. So this is just part of it. The locking mechanisms don't work fully on the van, front or back doors. So when you take it to town, you better not leave anything in it because it may not be there when you get back. As far as the inside, we've had quite a few air conditioning issues. Most recently, we've had some fuses break, and so we've had some electrical issues with the van. Right now, it's sitting at about 192,000 kilometers, which for the U.S. folks, that's just short of 120,000 miles. And so for some of you, you're like, oh, well, my vehicle has more than that. And so, but here in Uganda, you earn every mile. So potholes and dust and all these other issues that really kind of wear a vehicle down, that 120,000 miles, like we've really earned that. So trying to do what's right by our kids, because ultimately what we do here at Amani is we take care of orphans and vulnerable children. And so we want to have a safe vehicle for them because, like I said, we're not stationary here, we're mobile, we have to be. And so we want a vehicle that suits our mission. Kind of what we would want, probably something similar to this, at least that can hold, I would say at least 7 to 9 passengers. able to go off-road. That's a necessity here. You know, this is what we're driving right now. For the time being, it's functional, but it's certainly not up to the standards of the safety we would want and the standard of excellence that we've come to expect here at Amani. If you feel led to give, go to our website, www.amanibabycottage.org. At the top right-hand corner, you'll see a donate button. Go there. We're gonna have a specific line item on our donation page that just says automobile donation. If you want to give specifically to help us purchase a new vehicle, make sure you select that option. Give whatever amount you feel led to give, and we certainly appreciate all the blessings and all the gifts that God provides for us. And certainly we will make sure that it goes into buying the best possible van that will allow our children to be driven around in a safe and effective vehicle. So thank you so much for watching today, and God bless.